C6 Common Placement Assessment, Content Validity Webinar Prep, Reading, Writing, and ESL, February 2014. The C6 Common Placement Assessment has been developed by California Community College faculty members. You may have been a faculty member who helped to develop the assessment. The next step for the assessment is going through the approval process. You are receiving this video because you are a reading, writing, or ESL faculty member who will be participating in the Content Validity webinar. This is a training video to prepare for the Content Validity webinar. We will ask you to review the video and then work on the Excel spreadsheet provided before the Content Validity webinar. This will ensure that the webinar runs as smoothly and efficiently as possible. You have been chosen to participate in this webinar because you are a reading, writing, or ESL subject matter expert and are familiar with California Community College courses at your college in these areas. The C6 Common Placement Assessment was developed by California Community College faculty members. Faculty selected the type of assessment, and then individual standards students will be tested on for English writing, while ESL agreed to the scoring rubric for a writing sample rather than multiple choice test standards. The assessments selected for reading placement include a General Computer Adaptive Test, or CAT, covering a broad cross-section of content. The assessment selected for writing and ESL placement includes writing samples submitted by students and scored using Intellimetric automated essay scoring technology. These assessments have rubrics which were reviewed and judged to be in line with the writing and ESL courses into which students are placed. Content validity can be easily defined as the systematic examination of the test content to determine whether it covers a representative sample of the behavior domain to be measured. In this case, the domains to be measured are reading, writing, or ESL writing knowledge and skills. For content validity, it is necessary to have subject matter experts provide a logical rationale for how an assessment measures a particular construct. You, as subject matter experts, will help provide this rationale by explaining why standards were or were not included on the assessment given California Community College courses into which students are placed from the assessment. Before starting, please make sure you have the following materials: training slides, worksheet and Excel file for you to review and complete before the webinar, course information for sample of colleges, course descriptions and/or prerequisites, learning objectives and outcomes, and performance level descriptors. On the Excel worksheet, you will find a sheet for the reading, writing, and ESL writing tests. Each of these sheets will include all of the possible standards or scoring domains, and those highlighted in green are the standards selected or scoring domains included on the tests. At the top of the Excel file, you will see the courses, and please note that exact course names will vary by college, that a student can be placed into by the particular test. If it is helpful, you can add in your particular course names from your college as long as you know the general courses into which they map. For example, you could use Writing 456 at the top if you knew that that is the college or transfer-ready writing class for your college. Work through each of the Excel sheets for each test prior to the Content Validity webinar. Please provide a rationale when possible for why it is logical standards or scoring domains are included or not for the particular courses on the Excel sheet in the appropriate cells corresponding to the courses. Remember, those standards or domains highlighted in green are included on the assessment or scoring rubric, while those in white are not included in the standards tested or scoring rubric. It is crucial to use prerequisite courses and learning objectives in order to complete this task. It is crucial to consult course prerequisites and learning objectives in order to complete this task. These descriptors will help to highlight why certain standards are more or less important to test on for courses, and why certain domains are more or less important to score writing samples upon. During the actual Content Validity webinar, we will have a discussion and select group rationales for the inclusion or exclusion of standards on each assessment. There are many different relevant rationales for why standards were selected to be included or were not selected, and why the scoring domains are logical to score writing samples upon, and those not included can be excluded. You will think up a lot of your own rationales as an SME and an educator. Some examples of possible rationales for the exclusion of standards might be: the standard or scoring domain is not critical for the success in a course or not a course prerequisite. Standard or scoring domain is important, but not quite as important as another standard. Or the standard or scoring domain is explicitly covered in an adjacent hierarchy, meaning that a lower level skill is tested with a higher level skill. Some examples of possible rationales for the inclusion of standards or domains might be: the standard or domain is critical for the success in a course or prerequisite for the course. The standard or scoring domain in a hierarchy provides information about the relevant skill and lower level skills, or not everything can be tested. Or a standard or scoring domain stands out as perhaps being more important for students to have when entering a course than other important standards or scoring domains. Please keep in mind that you can select the same rationale for the inclusion or exclusion of different standards or domains. This concludes the instruction video. We will convene on March 1st, 2014 for the Content Validity webinar. We will discuss as a group and choose appropriate rationales for the standards selected for inclusion or exclusion on the assessment and the scoring domains fit given the curriculum. Thank you for your time. Please get started and be sure to complete those worksheets before the March 1st, 2014 meeting.